So Aisha, there is good and there is bad both, and depending on your approach. Now, you can argue back and say, okay, folks, this 22,800, which everybody is in a sense really eyeing on a daily basis, that so far has held on Friday, on Monday. And that is not bad. But will it continue to hold on? And rather than really, getting into mid and small cap stocks, my point is that first let the large cap stocks stabilize. If large cap stocks stay stabilized in the next couple of days, then the attempt towards small and mid cap stocks would move. So for me, the primary driving factor this week would be more like a technical level, at least in the immediate short term, which would tell you that where the market is finding support. I mean, there is no point in me even going to value in small and mid cap stocks when we don't know large cap stocks where they are headed. You just manage, if you're a long trader, you just know that you're dangerously going to that level and from there you're bouncing back. If you're able to hold on to that level for next couple of days, then markets would breathe a sigh of relief. So let's directionally first figure out technically where large cap stocks are likely to stabilize. फिर बात करेंगे small and mid cap की, because there is no point in getting into small and mid cap stocks, because when there's a fire in the house, everybody's like to run from that same door. And the problem is there is only one door. And then there's a rush which happens. And that is happening in the small and mid-cap stocks. I mean, when there's a carnival, everybody wanted to buy. Now it's almost like feeling of a mortuary. So that's the way it is. Pehle large cap ko dekhte hain, where they stabilize, then you make a view. There's no point in trying to catch a falling line fashion small and mid-cap stocks.
Yeah. And I think what perhaps can give confidence, and I don't know when it's going to happen, the FIIs turning buyers, because on a consistent basis, on a daily basis, we've been seeing, humongous amount of selling. Even yesterday was no different. 4,700 crore rupees.
Yeah, that's the puzzle. And every time we thought that, okay, it's the dollar index, chalo wo bhi theek ho gaya. Then we thought rupee has to stabilize. That also has happened. Then we said oil has to come down. That has also happened. But FIIs have not come back. Because flows back into emerging markets are improving. That is what data is saying. But the sad bit for us, or the unfortunate bit for us, is that they've gone to China. And there's a long list of reasons why they are actually going back to China. For me, I think what I would like to point out is the construct of brokerage notes now. And whether it is Morgan Stanley or Citi, I was just, checking in the morning, they're sounding bullish now. And they've been, for the better part of 2024, Citi was they were not very happy with the valuations, let me put it this way. Rhythm and his team, they are now really making a strong case, which is that, guys, the markets are ignoring good news. Let's look at good news. And there is a lot of good news. Geopolitics, dollar index, earnings, consumption boost, and valuations. So two big powerful brokerages who understand trends, who pretty much know which way the interplay of valuations and flows would move, they're sticking their neck out and they've become constructive on India. So at least you would make a case that now markets are not expensive. I mean, it is not, the valuation in large cap stocks are no longer a risk if you are thinking long term. The problem is that in the short term, because of FI and the technicals, the collateral damage could be much more that nobody knows. But if you're buying from a long-term horizon at these levels into select large cap stocks, I think you should expect double-digit returns in next to 18 months. I think that is empirically evident looking at the tone and the tonality of the brokerages and what they're indicating to the client. So that's for me the first real positive indication where the contra buyers will start coming back. See, Aisha, if markets get cheap, somebody will come.
Yeah, of course.
They would say, okay, we lose 10%, but we know that from these levels, we will make 20%. So I think that crowd will start coming back. When will that crowd come back? How aggressively will that crowd come back? I don't know. Because for that contra crowd to start coming back now the valuation appeal which was missing for a long time, I think is decent.